dress is like my garden. Look at the flowers. Look at those details. Carrot soup for lunch. And I'm using these carrots, already sliced, frozen. Makes it fast. And I will blend it anyways to make a nice creamy soup. Spices I added: salt, pepper, onion, garlic, and some turmeric powder. It's gonna be tasty. Hope you are making your soups too, my friends. And here is the ready carrot soup with added chickpeas, some oregano, olive oil. Like I said, turmeric is already in it. Oatmeal day. And I like to put some pepitas in it. Yogurt, blueberries, raisins, some cinnamon, and of course oatmeal. And I've been also adding flaxseed meal into my oatmeal. Here it is, and with a little dash of maple syrup. Got this beautiful dress, beautiful summer dress from Walmart. Have to keep an eye on it. So if you are a Walmart shopper and you are a lady, don't pass the dresses section if it's a dresses that you like, because you might just find some good deal. And I'm always so happy when I do. And this one is a masterpiece. What do you think? So I'm gonna iron it here on my ironing board with my beautiful German iron from Goodwill shop that was under $10. Heavy machinery. And while I iron it, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit just about things. Maybe something regarding my last video, maybe continuing of that conversation. I'll come up with something as I iron. Been getting older and going on to 60s. 60. You know, 60 for me, it was always quite a number. 60 always meant back home in my homeland, at least at the times when I was growing up, that was retired. That was fully retired. Women were retiring at 52, 53, men at 56. It was grandmother. It was a lady who dressed very modest, no makeup, or very little. And I was just thinking, wow, I'm going to be now soon that age. Do I qualify in those margins how I used to view 60 years old? Do I look like it? Do I act like it? Like my ancestors, my grandmothers? And that's when I thought of my grandmother from my mom's side. And she made a very big mistake. And I fully understand how women at the time were burned out. They worked so hard. Not only that they had jobs, but there was a house and a little farm and animals to feed. They built their house, my grandparents. They didn't have much help. So you get used up. By the time she would get to those 50s and 52 as she retired, she really got wore out, probably mentally, also physically. So she just would sit down. And she would just sit in this chair. And sorry if I repeat myself, because I think I mentioned it before on my channel. It would be a chair in a corner of the kitchen. And she would just sit there every time we would come to visit her and say that she's just relaxing now because she had enough. So she was sitting more and more and walking less and less until her legs just stopped working for her. From walking very badly, she just didn't walk at all and ended up in a wheelchair. Maybe that's why that last video. And in a way, I'm sorry that I kind of didn't really include everyone, even people who actually cannot walk or they have some health problems, difficulties. I didn't mean to just talk about myself and my walking, but what I was trying to say, the importance, if we still can, if we have that option that we could sit because that's easy, or we can just push ourselves a little bit to get out and be more active, then we probably should. It was that picture of my grandmother, and I think it's been always there when I sometimes feel that my legs feel a little weak. And they feel weak when I don't walk enough or I find myself sitting a little bit more. So towards those years ahead of me, and maybe even for many of you, for whatever we have left, what is our journey, I sort of, yesterday was kind of like a milestone. I decided that I will do a little bit more. Just a little bit more. When it comes to nutrition, trying to get my sleep in order, how I treat my own mind, my mental health, tweak it even more, do more, take it more easy, always make sure where I can make change and where I can't, just surrender more and more and more as I go forward. So I feel that I'm being a little bit proactive because aging means decline. And that's not even being negative. That's science. Muscles, bones. Nothing is getting better. Let's just put it that way. And if you read, and if you hear, and if you watch the podcast and listen to the doctors and scientists, what do they say? It's only what you do, how much work, effort you put into your everyday life that can get you either in a very bad position or you can kind of coast through your next years of life maybe a little easier, maybe with less pain, because pains will come with more energy, more clarity. I mean, this is all theory. This is all that we are bombarded with from doctors and from everyone, but somehow yesterday just grabbed me and I just said, that's it. It's end of July, 2026. And I'm going to do just a little bit more. If you want to join me on this path, in the next videos I will share what I find, what I read, what the science says that works, and what my own body is telling me that it's working. because I will be trying. The key is not to give up and have a hope. That's what we hear everywhere. Have a hope, do not give up. And even ironing this dress and picking up things like this floral dress, it makes me feel good. And I think it's important to feel good. When you feel that you are put together and you feel satisfied with your appearance, you just feel satisfied. That's not a vanity. Because sometimes there is this small line, they say, between vanity, all these like looking good, but no, everything in moderation. I used to say that in my first videos when I started this channel. A moderation is the key. From many people, even in a later age, I hear, when you feel satisfied with yourself and in a way how you look and how things are, it's just a little bit easier too. I think it's very important. So we iron our clothes, we pick up things that make us smile and make us good when we wear them for not much money, as you can see. All done. And when I cook the whole pot like that, I keep it in this container. And every day I have a small bowl until I finish it. Vegetable soup with at least 5 different vegetables mixed in a blender, nice and creamy, easy to digest. Body is gonna love it. Even a simple thing like using fresh garlic with your cooking instead of garlic powder or those mix of spices. Excellent for heart health, lowering the cholesterol, our immunity. So this is what I'm talking about. Paying attention to details and feeding the body with the stuff that can help and support us. And this is gonna go now into the chicken. There I go to cook it for dinner. Added that turmeric, miracle spice, anytime I can. And the salt with iodine, because that's so important in our body, you would not believe. People are now buying all these Himalayan sea salt. Those are excellent too. But don't forget your iodine in the salt. Definitely stay away from these for that more quality of life, as I talked about. Stay away from these because they will make us fat, and we don't want that. Ooh, and this whipped cream is deadly. And about the color? No. So slzami v očiach, ťažké je vidieť svet, preto nenechaj si zrak svoj nikdy slzami zastrieť. Svet nemá slzy rád, ešte ťa vysmeje. V živote vyhráva len ten, čo sa navždy usmeje.